Happy Tuesday, everybody, and welcome to the Sunshine State's only true sports talk radio show where we focus on the teams and the topics that are important to you, the sports fan in the state of Florida. We are Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. I'm Bianchi, Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog. I'm the sports columnist of the Orlando Sentinel. That man right there is Kravitz, Brandon Kravitz, the hardest working man in sports media, the prodigy of production. He's right over there. I can see him right now behind the glass. He's the executive producer, the man who puts the go into the show, and we have lots of show today for you. Where are we coming to you from? Well, a myriad of places. Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, all points in between on the iHeart Radio app, and of course, the YouTube machine. And we have many ways to communicate. Actually, we have two main ways you can communicate with us today. That is to step into the rage cage. We have prizes to give away today, and one big prize, access to the fantasy football draft. Is that right?
You got that right. We are almost filled up already, but we have got an exclusive spot for one of you.
There you have it. So get into the rage cage. That's that little red microphone at the top of the iHeart Radio app. Press that button and you can communicate with us. We'll play the best of those later in the show, and you can also hit us up on the Mills Air text line. That's 50857. We have lots of sports to talk about today. Kravitz, you want to get any minutia off your chest?
See, I had the gym minutia yesterday with the tripods. I didn't go back today. I saw an overturned car on my way to Starbucks today, but I think I'm ready to talk sports.
All right, let's get to some highlights and headlines. Breaking news just a few minutes ago, the Minnesota Vikings have named Kyler Murray their starting quarterback. That was the expected conclusion to their quarterback competition, despite a rocky series of practices leading up to the decision. Here's Adam Schefter talking about the news.
The hope when the Vikings signed Kyler Murray in free agency was that this would happen, right? That was the hope. Like he was their top choice in free agency. They were his top choice. We really thought that like when he went out there, if he just played like he's capable, and like he has been a more than adequate starter in the NFL. And just last year, it fell apart because of the injury situation. But the hope was that this would be the case, that he would come out, reestablish himself, be in the system, which has basically had every quarterback be successful, and that he would end up being the starter. I mean, it sounded like, competition-wise, they pushed each other, but it just really felt like Howard was a little bit ahead. And I think, for the Vikings who've had a revolving door at quarterback for the last several years, doing this now, getting it out there, just helps them. He gets all the reps now. That's it.
That didn't sound like Shefty.
It wasn't. That was Ian Rappaport.
Okay. All right.
They look the same.
I was going to say, Shefty got a cold? Because it doesn't sound like Shefty. So anyway,
same concept.
Yeah, but anyway, the Vikings getting a real bargain on their starting quarterback. They're only paying him $1.3 million this year, whereas the Arizona Cardinals are going to pay him $35.5 million because they cut him with a lot of money left on his contract. J.J. McCarthy, the number 10 pick in 2024, he's now relegated to the bench. His future already in doubt now with the Vikings. Kravitz, I had Kyler Murray. I've had Kyler Murray on my fantasy team, I think, for 3 straight seasons.
Yep, short guy drafting a short guy.
Yeah, and he's pretty much stunk, okay? Especially the last 2 years. I'm not touching him this year, which means he'll probably explode, right?
Oh yeah, look at the weapons he's got around him now. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison. They had Jawan Jennings, T.J. Hawkinson back from an injury.
Maybe I will.
This is definitely the offense you want to take the plunge on Kyler Murray. I love the fact that at least until now, in some of the drafts I've done just to get a feel, he's going so late. He's my favorite quarterback to draft in fantasy because of his price. Are you back in on him now?
That's what I've been the last 2 years. You've been able to get him for a good price.
Right. Right, but before, with Arizona, you were drafting him because you liked the fact that he ran around.
Yeah.
I don't need him running.
Yeah.
I just like the fact that he's got those guys to throw the ball to, and then he can take off and run. But I am not of the belief, Mike.
4 straight. I'm going to go after him.
I knew it.
4 straight. 4 more years. 4 more years.
Good luck drafting Kyler Murray ahead of Mike Bianchi. He's all in now.
There you go.
I am not of the belief that Kyler Murray was named the starting quarterback. I think J.J. McCarthy was named the backup quarterback. That's what the release should say.
NFL teams are insane. How crazy do the Vikings look now? They just let Sam Darnold go. They drafted J.J. McCarthy, number 10 overall, and then after 10 starts, we're done with you, J.J. McCarthy. I mean, good God, the Vikings look like idiots.
It's about job preservation. We can't just let you develop while our team loses games. This isn't Major League Baseball or get 162 games to figure out whether or not you're good. You get 17.
Wow.
You got to make them count. Kevin O'Connell's not trying to have his job on the line because J.J. McCarthy can't throw to a wide-open Justin Jefferson. And their GM got fired for that, by the way. They have a new general manager.
He got fired for drafting J.J. McCarthy?
He got fired not for drafting J.J. McCarthy. He got fired for letting J.J. McCarthy take over the position and not re-signing Sam Darnold. That's why he got fired.
Yeah. The NBA schedule, at least the opening night schedule, is out, as is the Christmas Day schedule. When was that released? Last night or today? Today, I think.
Yes.
All right, so the Knicks will raise their championship banner on NBA's opening night, October 20th, as they face who? LeBron James in his debut with the Philadelphia 76ers. That game will get a monster rating. The Boston Celtics and Detroit Pistons open the triple-header on opening night in a rare matinee 3 p.m. game, while the Oklahoma City Thunder play the San Antonio Spurs to close out the opening night festivities. The Christmas Day schedule also announced 5 games on ABC and ESPN, including James and the Sixers facing his former Lakers team. Other matchups include Spurs versus Knicks, Heat versus Celtics, Thunder versus Timberwolves, and the Denver Nuggets versus the Golden State Warriors. Kravitz, am I accurate in saying that the Magic are flying so far below the radar in the NBA that the belly of their team plane is scraping the treetops? Huh?
That's the way to word it. That is very descriptive for the radio audience. Spoken like a true writer.
Yeah,
they are, because they made no moves. The only move they made was a head coach, and a lot of people don't really care about your head coaching.
You want to see
changes.
Sean Sweeney coaching on national TV, baby?
That was their big offseason acquisition, was Sean Sweeney, and quickly forgotten about when the Heat added Giannis and the Sixers added Jaylen Brown and LeBron James, and all these teams LeBron James. Yeah. LaMelo Ball's on the Timberwolves now, but the Magic got Sean Sweeney, and Sean Sweeney not landing you on the Christmas slate, unfortunately.
Did you have a tweet today that said the NBA struck out or something?
Yeah, they missed an open layup. That was the way that I worded that. Total blown opportunity here. Christmas Day is for a ratings grab.
Right.
It's putting the top storylines front and center, full focus for NBA fans that are just checking in on the league. You had a golden opportunity to capitalize on the biggest breakup we've seen since Ross and Rachel on Friends. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Sixers, Celtics, 5 o'clock on Christmas. It was the easiest decision they had to make, and they swung and missed.
Why didn't they do that?
I don't know. If they had come to me and said, we need the most obvious idea you have for our schedule making the whole season, I would have said Celtics, Sixers, 5 o'clock, Christmas Day, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown.
Right.
It's made for, there you go, ready-made cake.
Northeast, two big city Northeast teams, yeah.
Slice into that. Now, what they chose to do was, we got LeBron going up against the Lakers. Who cares?
Right.
That's not nearly as interesting.
I agree.
And so we get the Heat and the Celtics? Like, who's clamoring for that? I don't know. I think they screwed that up. And the NBA is apparently in love with the Minnesota Timberwolves. They got opening night and they got Christmas.
Right.
With Ant and LaMelo Ball. I guess the Timberwolves are for the kids. That's my takeaway from this.
What about Paolo and Franz? Aren't they for the kids? No?
They're for the NBA lifers watching on League Pass. I think that's what Paolo and Franz are for.
Wait, what was that? Oh, that was a tree branch scraping the bottom of the Magic's plane.
Oh, God. I got worried. I thought that was Franz's ankle for a second.
Those are your highlights and headlines.
Actually relieved by the news. Hope the tree's okay. Up next, one of the great what-ifs in state of Florida NFL history. We'll dive into that next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Boy, is it hot outside in the state of Florida. The good news is that I know just who to turn to when that AC is on the fritz, and that's Mills Air. If your AC system is blowing warm air, making strange noises, or just can't keep up in the heat of the summer, call your local experts in fast, honest, and reliable air conditioning service. Their certified techs will repair all major brands, including Carrier systems. They offer upfront pricing with no surprise fees, and they're going to treat your home like it's their own. Whether you need a quick repair, maintenance, or complete system replacement, they're going to get your home back to feeling cool and comfortable again so that you can kick back and watch all the football during football season. Call Leon and the crew, schedule your appointment, and tell them that Brandon Kravitz from Game On sent you by. 407-277-1159, online at millsair.com. Call them today and be their next cool customer.
There's a vehicle fire blocking all lanes on the express lanes of I-4 westbound before Lee Road. Traffic's backed up from Maitland Boulevard. There's an accident on 434 westbound at Palm Springs Drive getting cleared up. A crash on OBT near Sandler Road. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center of James, Birmingham.
This is the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi. You know what? Sometimes the best vacation is the one that doesn't require an airport, security lines, or a 5-hour drive. Just head to Mission Resort and Club in beautiful Howey in the Hills, just a short drive from Orlando, right there next to Claremont. Whether you're planning a romantic weekend, a family staycation, or a golf trip with your buddies, Mission Resort checks every box. Play 2 incredible championship golf courses, including the legendary El Campeon, the Champion, one of Florida's true bucket list layouts. When you check in at the pro shop, tell them the Bulldog sent you, and they'll hook you up with a free bucket of range balls. Then enjoy the spa, the marina, pickleball, great restaurants, and one of the best champagne brunches anywhere. For hotel reservations, brunch, and tea times, visit missionresortandclub.com. That's missionresortandclub.com. Mission Resort and Club, where your vacation starts before the gas tank gets to half full.
This report is sponsored by Staples. All right, it's officially the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech, 20% off for teachers, and more. Check out all the deals at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This summer, Hard Rock Bet has the hottest baseball betting odds in Florida. Vig, juice, fee, whatever you call it, we're cutting it. It's the 10-cent summer sale. That's flat 10-cent lines for winner, spread, and over-under pregame bets. Same bets, better odds. This August, only on Hard Rock Bet.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Valid for moneyline, spread and over. Under pregame markets with odds between -250 and +250 only. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Hi, this is Mark Spain, and we're hiring listing agents. Are you ready for a career move that will be rewarding and earn you the high income you deserve? If you enjoy delivering great customer service and working with people, I want to talk to you. Go to joinmarkspain.com and apply today.
Imagine this, you and your love hand in hand watching the sunset from a tropical balcony or dancing under the stars on a luxury cruise. That's the magic waiting for you this summer at International Diamond Center. It's the Summer of Romance event, now for a limited time. Make any jewelry purchase over $3,500 and pack your bags for a free romantic getaway on us. Buy that perfect engagement ring or anniversary gift and let IDC buy the honeymoon or escape you'll never forget. Here's how it works. Spend $3,500 and get a 3-day, 2-night romantic hotel getaway plus a $100 Visa card and choose from over 15 dreamy sites. Spend $5,000 on her jewelry and sail away on a 3 or 4 night luxury cruise for 2, or choose a 7-night condo resort stay. Go all in at $10,000 and enjoy a 5-day, 4-night stay at an upscale tropical all-inclusive resort in one of 4 breathtaking countries. At IDC, you buy the jewelry, we give you the getaway. Hurry, this limited time offer won't last. Get all the details and restrictions at shopidc.com. International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennia.
Out here, you know the drill. Animals are hungry, dogs are getting muddy, and you just noticed you're low on feed. Stocking up at Tractor Supply is easy on your wallet with our unbeatable prices on select shavings, retriever dog food, and Producer's Pride animal and poultry feed. From backyards to barnyards, we've got everything to keep your pets, animals, and livestock well fed and comfortable with low prices all summer. At Tractor Supply.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com. Training camp is open. The countdown to kickoff is on.
And it's time to get in the game.
iHeart Radio is the official home of the NFL Podcast Network.
We're obviously incredibly excited if you just want to talk about defense.
Get the insight before it's a headline with NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal.
Thank you to Sean McVay.
Chasing a fantasy title, the Late Round Fantasy Football Podcast helps you draft like a genius.
And hopefully it helps you guys out the most.
This
is what football sounds like.
Download the iHeart Radio app, search NFL, and press play.
969thegame.com.
WJRR wants to send you on your next vacation, November 19th through the 23rd from Miami to Cozumel with Bert Kreischer and all his hilarious friends.
You and a guest could win a balcony cabin for 4 nights aboard Bert Kreischer's Fully Loaded at Sea.
Spend 4 days sailing from Miami to Cozumel, Mexico with Bert, Whitney Cummings, Felipe Esparza, Miss Pat, Big J. Okerson, and so many more of your favorite comics.
We're talking nonstop comedy shows, podcasts, partying, and over-the-top experiences.
You and your guests will be treated like cruise royalty with the fully loaded package. You'll get access to an exclusive photo with Bert, a dinner for 2, breakfast in bed, and exclusive gifts.
Download our free iHeart Radio app, make WJRR your #1 preset, and click the contest page to enter.
Don't miss your chance to sail November 19th through the 23rd from Miami to Cozumel with Bert Kreischer and his crew on Fully Loaded at Sea.
From 1011 WJRR, Orlando's rock station.
Hey Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Friday, the Miami Dolphins kick off their 2026 preseason schedule versus the Commanders at Hard Rock Stadium with a 7 p.m. kickoff. Catch all the action right here on your exclusive home for Miami Dolphins football. FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the absolutely free iHeart Radio app.
Hey, this is former Daytona 500 winner Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Ricky Stenhouse has won the Daytona 500. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Daytona 500 winner.
Go! And your drive just got better with Bianchi and Kravitz.
All Miami Dolphins fans could only hearken back and wonder what might have been as they watched the Pro Football Hall of Fame induction ceremonies over the weekend in Canton, Ohio. And one of the players inducted was the great Drew Brees, the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints, who, if fate had treated the Dolphins differently, Drew Brees would have been a member of the Miami Dolphins in March of 2006. He intended to sign with the Dolphins, but even though the Dolphins and their coach, Nick Saban at the time, Nick Saban had targeted Drew Brees as his quarterback of the future, but the Dolphins, according to lore, the Dolphins medical staff said Brees' surgically repaired throwing shoulder was not going to heal, and they estimated that he had only about a 25% chance of ever playing again. Instead, the Dolphins made a traded a second-round draft pick to the Minnesota Vikings for Dante Culpepper, who himself was also recovering from a major knee injury. The rest, of course, is history, Kravitz, because Dante was a bust in Miami and Drew Brees was inducted into the Hall of Fame over the weekend. By the way, here's Drew Brees on a recent podcast with Travis and Jason Kelsey talking about that time in his life.
I mean, he had Nick Saban. They had just come off a 9-7 season where they won like the last 7 in a row. So they kind of had it figured out. Defense was lights out. Zach Thomas, Jason Taylor.
Oh, yeah,
Saban
baby.
leading it. Their offense, I loved all their coaching staff. Mike Mularkey was the OC. Jason Garrett, quarterback coach. Yeah. Hudson Houp was their O-line coach, who had been our O-line coach the year before when we had won the division. Loved HUD. They were running the same offense that we were running. Like Miami Dolphins. Sitting there eating dinner on Wayne Huizenga's yacht. He's there at dinner talking about, hey, we're gonna go play golf in Scotland every summer with Dan. I got a helicopter over there. We're just gonna hop around. No state income tax. I'm like, dude, this is all paper. Miami, here I come. Yeah. Right? And like the Miami trip was amazing, with the exception of they put me through the ringer, like 6 hours of this medical testing, because I was only 8 weeks post-op on an 8-month rehab. So I was nowhere close. I mean, my arm, I'm still kind of in a sling, and I can't do anything. They're wanting to test everything. So I got this feeling of like doubt. Like they don't really, and then their doctors were the ones who told Saban, we think he's got a 25% chance of ever coming back and playing again.
Kravitz.
Well, I don't know if you remember who the doctors were. It was, let me pull it up. Larry, Moe, and Curly were the doctors of the Miami Dolphins. Dr. Moe, Dr. Larry, Dr. Curly.
I thought you were going to say Huey, Dewey, and Louie, a bunch of quacks.
Dr. Donald Duck. Yeah, Drew Brees, 80,000 passing yards in his career. Dante Culpepper, 24K. You pick who you want.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's one of the biggest, I guess you call it personnel blunders in NFL history.
Yes, but I love Drew Brees, and I wish that he was a Miami Dolphin. I wish he was going into the Hall of Fame as a Dolphin and not a Saint. But I don't like the revisionist history that's going on here.
Okay.
You heard the story from Drew Brees.
Right.
Chris Collinsworth told this story during the Hall of Fame game. I then saw it retold 5 or 6 times that weekend, that Drew Brees met with Miami. They were hounding him about the shoulder issue that he mentioned there in the clip. And then he met with Sean Payton, who had just taken the New Orleans Saints job. They got lost driving around New Orleans and just hit it off in a really big way, and he chose the Saints. That was the story that was told this past weekend. It's never, in the 20 years since this happened, been told that way. But because he was entered into the Hall of Fame, all of a sudden, I don't know. I mean, I wasn't there. But for 20 years, I was told that this story went a different way. And now that we're inducting him into the Hall of Fame, we've changed the story. And I am not...
to make the Saints feel good. Like the Saints...
I chose you.
Yes.
And I'm not saying this to be a Dolphin homer. Quite the opposite. Don't let the Dolphins off the hook here. They're the reason he wound up in New Orleans. He laid it out on that clip, right. All of the things that pointed in the direction of the Dolphins. The Saints were a laughing stock. Sean Payton was not a proven coach. Nick Saban was a star in the game. and their defense was lights out, familiarity with the offense, familiarity with the coaching staff, no state income tax. You go from San Diego to Miami. It's a climate match. I mean, there are all the reasons in the world. The Dolphins traded a second-round pick to the Vikings for Dante Culpepper on March 14th, 2006. It was that same day that Drew Brees signed with the Saints. They didn't make that move because Brees signed with the Saints. Brees signed with the Saints because the Dolphins chose Dante Culpepper.
Right.
But the story was not told like that this past weekend.
That's because it's Hall of Fame weekend, and you want the Saints to feel like, oh, our guy, he wanted to be here.
Us after the hurricane hit us.
Yeah.
No, the Dolphins are idiots, okay? That's the story here, is that Miami is stupid.
Although I did read something in my brief research on this, all right? I read something where Sean Payton and the Saints, I mean, he did have shoulder issues. He was coming off of surgery, all right? And the Saints were like, we don't give a damn. Here's your contract offer. And Saban and the Dolphins front office could have overruled the doctors and made the contract offer anyway, but they didn't want to. They didn't want to. Like Nick Saban always gets off the hook here as well because, hey, the doctors said no. Well, I'm sure the Saints team doctor said, yeah, there's a chance the shoulder doesn't heal, right?
That's the beauty of, I guess, being from the Big Easy. The Saints doctors are probably just sipping daiquiris going, just sign him. What's the worst thing that could happen?
Right.
He'll be fine. What's the worst thing that happens where the Saints, our fans are already wearing bags on their heads?
Right.
What's the big deal?
Right.
Yeah, you're right. But Nick Saban should absolutely not be let off the hook here. And then things didn't go his way. Culpepper sucked. And then he moonwalked his way back to college. And the Dolphins have been struggling ever since. Ever since. And the Saints, the perception of the Saints, like when I say Saints fans wore bags over their heads, that was my entire life from 1985 till 2006. It was always like that.
They were the Aints.
Yeah, it was like
the Aints. That's what they called it.
You never had to think about were the Saints going to be good this year. They were never good. They were always one of the worst teams in the NFL. Drew Brees not only changed it while he was there, this is the best thing I could say about him. Brady felt like he had this impact a little bit on the Bucs. He definitely had this on the Patriots. Changed the perception of the team, and then the organization changed their own perception of themselves because of the impact that he and Sean Payton had.
No question. No question.
And we're still waiting for that to happen in Miami. Pain, pure pain. More Game On, your favorite afternoon show, coming up right after this.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Hey, if your current financial plan isn't exactly hitting grand slam home runs and knocking it out of the park, maybe it's time for a new lineup. Retirement isn't about swinging for the fences every time. It's about having a smart strategy that can go the distance. That's why I trust Trajan Wealth. In fact, I'm not just talking about them anymore. I'm an actual client. I thought I had things in pretty good shape until Trajan Wealth gave my plan a second look. Turns out there were many opportunities I was missing. Now I've got a clearer path to retirement and a whole lot more peace of mind. The fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth build a plan around you, not around a product they're trying to sell. Their family office coordinates your investments, your taxes, your real estate planning, so every part of your financial life is working toward the same goal. Don't sit in the dugout wondering if you're ready for retirement. Step up to the plate and schedule a complimentary consultation with Trajan Wealth today. Give them a call. 1-855-TRAJAN-1. 1-855-TRAJAN-1. Tell them Mike Bianchi sent you, or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule your free consultation. That's TRAJANWealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax, actual client, paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Everyone's home through the summer, so let's not do anything illegal. But if you do, Trey Flynn is there by your side. I'm talking DUI, serious felony. His expertise in the courtroom and record speaks for itself. Trey Flynn is unlike many in the industry. Compassion for those who have made life-altering mistakes, especially during these summer months. Your free case evaluation is just a click or a phone call away. Visit TreyFlynn.com or dial 407-557-6350. Arrested today? Call Trey.
No required subscriptions, no trial periods, no surprise charges, no monthly fees. iHeartRadio is different. It's 100% free. Download the iHeartRadio app now.
Purple Wave Auction Box.
Hey there, folks. If you're buying or selling equipment, ride the wave.
Ride the wave. Purple Wave Auction makes it easy to sell.
Easy to buy. Construction, ag, fleet, and government equipment. All no reserve. All online.
All online.
Cruise on over to purplewave.com and get in the groove today.
Purplewave.com.
25 weeks comes down to this.
You ready?
3 wide under the lights. Zero margin for error. Everything on the line. Flirting with 200 miles per hour in the place where this journey began. Race 26, the final hunt for a spot in the chase. The Coke Zero Sugar 400 Weekend at Daytona, August 28th through 29th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
In this edition of the Marketer's Report, Monica Tam, head of brand media for DoorDash, discusses the power of audio influencers.
I think when you're tapping into voices like hosts and podcasters, you're being able to be part of that community, but in a very authentic way.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia connects marketers to the audiences, live conversations, and trusted influencers you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartAdvertising.com.
Hi, this is Mike Lester with Talon Wealth and the Guarding Your Nest Egg radio show, and I have another investment idea for those seeking great returns with limited risk. Recently, we did a structured note for our clients, paying them 18.75% per year for 4 years, and it was great for clients seeking income or growth and principal protection. The note was based on the S&P, gold, and silver, and our clients won't lose principal as long as none of the ETFs are down more than 40% 4 years from when we placed the trade, and the bank guaranteeing them doesn't default. This isn't an offer because we already traded this note, and structured notes aren't for everyone. But if you would like to know more about how structured notes work and what we currently have available, just give us a call at 407-606-6000.
Advisory services offered through Talent Private Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. The opinions voiced and information provided in this material are for general informational purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual.
O'Reilly! It may be sunny out now, but severe storm season is just around the corner. Your local O'Reilly Auto Parts has the emergency supplies you may need, including generators, tarps, emergency lighting, and cleanup supplies. Prepare now for severe storms ahead with a visit to the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You've got takes, hot ones, questionable ones, the kind that your group chat can't handle. But we here on Game On absolutely can. With iHeartRadio's TalkBack feature, we call it the Rage Cage, you're not just listening to Game On, you're in the game. Tap the mic, drop your take, and send it straight to the show. Think Bianchi and I are completely wrong, which you probably do? Let us know. Search 96.9 The Game on iHeartRadio. Hit that talkback button because sports talk shouldn't be a one-way street.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Workdays work better with food. And not just any food, the good stuff. That's why there's Easy Cater, the workplace food platform where you can order from a huge variety of great restaurants for any group size, anytime, anywhere, all in one place. Whether it's gourmet deli trays for the client meeting, spicy noodles for the night shift, tacos for the weekend crew, or a big box of brownies to tell your team, thank you. Just use Easy Cater, one platform to feed them all and feed them well. Start an order at easycater.com.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com.
Oof, shocking time to lose a whole strut.
Ugh, comedy is not your thing, but I do know that Rock Auto has what I need to fix it.
With parts shipped right to your door. No kidding.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
Everyone has a community to lean on. A neighborhood, school, kids' teams, where you worship, work out, or any other place or group where you choose to belong. Communities can provide support when you need it, and even when you don't know you do. Like when it comes to preventing underage drinking and other substance use. You've talked with your kids and shared clear expectations, but you're not with them every minute. Your community members, friends and relatives, teachers and coaches, faith leaders, and other important adults in your kids' lives can be your eyes, ears, and a supportive influence when you're not around, reinforcing your messages with your kids and alerting you to warning signs of underage drinking or other substance use. So talk with your kids about these issues and involve the members of your community to help keep your kids safe. Because when you talk, they hear you.
We're watching out for a few showers and thunderstorms for the remainder of our Tuesday. Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist TJ Springer. Won't be a washout, but a couple of those storms could produce frequent lightning as well as torrential rain and brief gusty winds, so we'll have to watch out for that. You may have to switch the wipers on during the evening drive. We'll see those fade away during the overnight with temperatures falling back into the middle and upper 70s, staying warm, staying muggy. Then for our hump day, also watching out for a disturbance to bring some isolated showers and thunderstorms. Still hot, still humid as highs surge back into the middle and upper 90s. From the Fox 35 Storm Center, I'm meteorologist TJ Springer.
Felt like you missed something this morning?
It's becoming a disgusting habit at this point.
You did. You can listen while you get ready in the morning.
Wake up with us.
Just tell Alexa to play 96.9 The Game. Enough of this rat poison. Let the coaches do the talking. It's time for Coach Speak. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
'Tis time for our daily source of inspiration and motivation, brought to you by professional wrestling's best and most welcoming training center for kids and adults alike. House of Champions is hosting a back-to-school event, open house, Saturday, August 29th. It's a free event. They have interactive games, special surprise guests, and a lounge for the parents. They motivate, they inspire, as do we. TheHOCPro.com. Building confidence, building champions.
It's for the kids, baby.
Yeah, come and get that bionic elbow.
Let me tell you something.
Straight to the dome, baby.
Let me tell you something, all you young men and young women out there. Wrestling does something for the soul, baby. Deep down in the soul, you learn lessons in wrestling that you won't learn anywhere else. Your face sometimes becomes a crimson mask, as Gordon Soley once said. But guess what? It makes you stronger. It makes you tougher. It makes you a man. So get out there and be a champion.
And that, my friends, is poetry. That is how you become a limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing son of a gun. Woo! All right. Our daily quote today. If a fellow isn't thankful for what he's got, he isn't likely to be thankful for what he's going to get. So be appreciative. It's about gratitude. If you're not thankful for what you have, you're not likely to be thankful for what you're about to get. Right. And I would say that to those out there that woke up this morning saying to themselves, I would be happy if I just had fill in the blank. I would be happy if I got that promotion, if I was dating that woman, if I had that carved out six-pack, if I had $10,000 extra dollars in my bank account. Chances are, if you're not appreciative of what you currently have, you won't appreciate those things either as they become normal to you.
It all comes back, Brandon Kravitz. I've said it many times. I'm going into Dusty Rhodes again. I've said it many times. It all comes back to the great Stephen Stills song.
Wait, where'd Dusty go?
It all comes back to the great Stephen Stills of Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, baby. If you can't be with the one you love the one you're with.
That's right.
Yeah.
Beautifully said.
Be satisfied with what you
have. That's right. Because if you end up getting Dante Culpepper,
right,
and you can't appreciate Culpepper, right, then you never would have appreciated Drew Brees. Our list today is based off of our top story this afternoon. Drew Brees going into the Hall of Fame. The Dolphins had a chance to sign him in 2006, but decided that the shoulder was too big of an issue. What is the worst personnel decision? Non-draft pick.
Right.
So this has to be a signing or a trade in your favorite team's history. The worst personnel decisions for your team's history. Now, Bianchi and I have handled this list in different ways. I have gone with more of a wide national view, and he has gone for a view within the peninsula of the state of Florida. Why don't you get us started?
Yeah, the Pigskin Peninsula, as I like to call it. Although these aren't all pigskin. These are in my opinion, these are the top 5 worst personnel blunders in state of Florida professional history. All right, professional history. Number 1, and it has to do, and this list has to do with franchise-altering decisions that you make as a franchise. Sort of like the Dolphins made the decision to reject Drew Brees, essentially. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 1.
And this is this in order, or is this just a list?
I'll go 5. All right, I'll go 5.
All right.
Number 5. The Buccaneers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, giving up on Steve Young. They had him on their roster. They were a terrible franchise. They were 2-14 the one year he was a starter, and the Buccaneers brass said, "You know what? This guy's no good. Let's trade him to San Francisco, get a couple of, I think they got a 4th-round draft pick and maybe a 3rd-round draft pick." So they trade Steve Young away. Gave up on him.
Brilliant.
He becomes a Hall of Famer. Dolphins rejecting Drew Brees. Again, when you give up on somebody, when you reject somebody and they become a Hall of Famer and he wants to come to your franchise, that's a bad decision. Jaguars hiring Urban Meyer.
Wait, is that number?
That's number 3.
Number 3.
Jaguars hiring Urban Meyer.
God, that's a good one.
What a fiasco that was. Didn't even last the season. Doesn't make the trip home after a loss and is caught in the bar.
Starts groping women after a loss.
Some hot blonde in the bar. All right. Sadly.
And remember he kicked the kicker, too?
Yeah, he kicked the kicker. What was his name? Lambo? Was it?
Josh Lambo, I believe.
Yeah. Sadly, the first 2, number 2 and number 1.
Number 2.
Oh, no. Sorry, ain't so.
Are Orlando Magic related. The Orlando Magic signing an injured Grant Hill. That was a $100 million mistake right there.
And then number 1.
Number 1.
Hold on.
Number 1.
Was the Sentinel putting up a poll?
No.
Issued by Mike Bianchi. Let me write this down.
No, I wasn't with the Sentinel at the time. But the Sentinel only put up the poll after the Magic and ownership decided to, hey, let's try to lowball Shaq. Let's give Shaq an offer that's half of what Alonzo Mourning just got. So the Magic lowballing Shaq and making Shaq and opening the door for Shaq to leave the franchise and changing the entire trajectory of the franchise and the NBA at the time, that is a monumental blunder.
Wow, what a list. Yeah. That is really good. And think of how different all of those franchises would be had they not made those decisions. And not some bad decisions, bad personnel moves over the course of history are sort of buried in the moment and are not obvious. Right. They become obvious later. I think all of these were pretty obvious at the time. You know, it's not like the Bucs had a quarterback situation that they had sorted out. Why not just give Steve Young a real shot?
Right.
The Dolphins chose Dante Culpepper over Drew Brees when Brees was a better quarterback at that time. And the Jags, I mean, it's not like Urban Meyer didn't have a checkered past when they hired him. Grant Hill was on crutches, I think, at the time the Magic
got off
signed
the plane.
him.
Got off the plane on crutches.
And you could have just given Shaq you should have given him Walt Disney World.
Yeah, the $100 million offer at the outset.
Awful. Okay, I have got a laundry list of nationwide disappointments in terms of personnel moves. We'll get to that right around the corner. Text in yours, 50857. You can also... What is this?
Honey, love the one you with. Love the one you with.
That's right. Just be happy the way it turned out. It's fine. So Shaq played his career with L.A. and other teams.
Hey, yeah, the Magic had Gert Hammock. Or Ronnie Cycli. He's just as good.
Exactly. And then you'll appreciate it more when they win a championship in the future because of it. Text in 50857. If you lay into the Rage Cage, you enter for your shot to join our Gameheads Fantasy Football Draft on August 27th at Tuffy's Music Box in Sanford. More Game On coming up right after this.
You can't be with the one you love. Honey, love the one you with.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
40 years. Think about that for a second. For 4 decades, Ziegler Air Conditioning has been helping families throughout Central Florida stay cool, comfortable, and worry-free. Companies don't stay in business for 40 years by accident. They do it by showing up, doing quality work, treating customers honestly, and standing behind what they do. That's exactly what Jason and his crew have built their reputation on. And one of the biggest reasons they've been successful for so long is their commitment to preventative maintenance. Their maintenance program is the best I've seen. Every visit includes a comprehensive 25-point inspection, drain line clearing, filter checks, lubrication of moving components, and a complete evaluation of your system's performance and efficiency. Everybody wants a mechanic they trust, somebody who'll tell them the truth and help keep their vehicle running properly. Well, in Florida, you need that same level of trust when it comes to your AC company. After 40 years of cooling Central Florida, Ziegler Air has earned that trust. Give them a call, 407-245-8765. That's 407-245-8765. Tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you. Ziegler Air Conditioning. Don't ever lose your cool.
There's a crash blocking all lanes on Orange Avenue southbound between Michigan Street and Holden Avenue. The right lane's still blocked on the express lanes of I-4 westbound before Lee Road. I believe the on-ramps to the express lanes are still blocked around that area. School's back in session, so expect the roadways to be a little bit busier than usual. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
Summers can be brutal in Florida, but the only thing that makes it worse is the bugs. And if you need help and you need it fast, there's only one option that I recommend, and it's Burn Pest Control. Joe and his team are trustworthy, reliable, and exceptional at what they do, which is ridding bugs from your home and the surrounding areas. So if you've been searching for a personalized and friendly pest control provider at a reasonable price, there's only one place to call. 321-297-7985 or go to burnpest.com. Because the bug stops here.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Still sleeping on that old bed? Mattress Firm's sleep experts can help you choose the perfect upgrade. They'll guide you every step, answering your questions. Shop today and save big during the best sale of the year. They make sleep easy.
If you run a business and need to get your message to your next customers fast, nothing is faster than audio with iHeart. Let us help you grow your business at the speed of sound today at 844-844-iHeart.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Still sleeping on that old bed? Mattress Firm sleep experts can help you choose the perfect upgrade. They'll guide you every step, answering your questions. Shop today and save big during the best sale of the year. They make sleep easy.
Listen to 96.9 The Game in your smart home. Just tell Alexa to play 96.9 The Game on iHeart Radio. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate.
You are listening to 96.9 The Game from the Hard Rock Bet Studios. Download the app now and start playing. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
Remember when everyone was creating those LeBron tribute songs? Now it's your time to shine. Create your own with Smile Tunes. Honor your favorite player, team, or your Little League star with a custom song from Smile Tunes. Visit SmileTunes.com and create your own anthem today.
Don't just listen to Game On, watch us. Find the show on YouTube by searching 96.9 The Game. Catch all the live reactions to the wildest things that we say all week long. The first 2 hours of our show is streamed live daily on YouTube. And after the show, make sure to catch up on what you may have missed with our YouTube Reels. Don't worry, I'll teach Bianchi what that means when I wrap up this ad. It's the best way to keep up with your favorite afternoon sports talk show. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you on the big screen.
Welcome to Embers Only on iHeartRadio Orlando, brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Step inside the luxury cigar lifestyle with our cigar of the week. And I've got some great news. The FSG by Drew Estate Robusto is back in stock, and that's a big deal because this is a really rare cigar. Super hard to find because it features that Florida sun-grown Corojo tobacco, beautiful aged Nicaraguan and Honduran fillers, Honduran binders, this beautiful Brazilian wrapper. This is a real cigar smoker's cigar. 2 years perfecting this blend for a great cigar with tons of spice, beautiful tobacco flavor. You are going to love it. This is a high demand cigar, so act fast. These will sell out. It's $2.22 a box. That's 10% off, so grab it today. It's the FSG by Drew Estate Robusto, and it is your cigar of the week. Thanks so much for joining us for Embers Only. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Downtown, Heathrow, Sand Lake, Sarasota, Tampa, and always online at coronacigar.com.
Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home and auto insurance with Allstate. Why make things harder than they need to be? There's a better way to save time and money. Visit Allstate.com or call for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Follow The Game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
OpenAI has agreed to a $3.2 million settlement with the Department of Justice over allegations the company discriminated against U.S. workers in its hiring practices. Matt Mattinson has the story.
The DOJ says the investigation involved fewer than 10 positions, but found issues including how some jobs were advertised and how applications were accepted. Under the agreement, OpenAI will pay $1.2 million in civil penalties and $2 million to compensate workers affected by the alleged practices. The company denies the findings, but says it reached the agreement to resolve the matter and move forward with its immigration-related hiring program.
Anthropic inking a $10 billion deal with AI cloud startup Volta, and AI systems from Anthropic and OpenAI created fake identities in an effort to break into the site GitHub. The UK's AI Security Institute says Anthropic's Mythos and OpenAI's Sol used autonomy and deception to mask the hacks. This comes as more AI models are being caught starting their own hacks. Tech Report. I'm Mark Mayfield.
WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
What's up, everybody? This is Emmitt Smith.
Smith up the middle. Bounces at the 10, to the 5, cut to the right, cut to the left. Oh, no! Emmitt Smith.
You're listening to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Today's list is based on Drew Brees going into the Hall of Fame this past weekend. The Dolphins, of course, had a chance to sign him back in 2006. What is the worst personnel decision, non-draft pick related, in your favorite team's history? We will take some submissions on that. Let's head to the talkback line right now. We will start with David.
Kravitz, I hate to break it to you, but Miami Dolphins already had a chance to change their perception with Don Shula. Ever since Don Shula, they basically have gone terrible. And yeah, not every organization can say they had a Don Shula as a head coach.
Yeah. So I was making reference to the impact I said that Drew Brees and Sean Payton had on the Saints, where they changed the perception of the entire organization. The Dolphins once had a positive perception, but lost it, and that was a long, long time ago.
30 or 40 years ago since Shula left.
It's really ever since Dan Marino retired, the perception of the Dolphins.
Dan Marino didn't retire. My Jaguars ran him out of the freaking league. Okay.
There was a little bit of a resurgence right after Dan, with Jay Fiedler at quarterback, a dominant defense, Ricky Williams for a couple of years, but it's pretty much been downhill since then. In the same sort of view of that team.
Right.
They have gone through their ups, but it was a long, long time ago,
Right.
David. Let's go to Jesse.
So I had some family come into town, and they have some younger kids. So we bought some cereal, and we bought them the Reese's Puffs. Well, I got into the Reese's Puffs, and they are dang good. So I started thinking, what kind of cereal do you guys like? And I would bet Bianchi likes either Wheaties or Raisin Bran. Krav, I would peg as a Honey Bunches of Oats, maybe a Banana Nut Crunch. And then the Prodigy, he's definitely a Reese's Puffs guy. I mean, tell me I'm wrong.
All right, Jesse, lay off the weed, first of all. Leaving us talk
He's
back
close with me, by the way. My favorite.
He nailed it with me. I love Banana Nut Crunch cereal.
He was
really close with me, too.
Yeah.
I mean, he said shredded wheat with me. I like shredded wheat, but frosted mini wheats,
Oh, love Frosted. I think Frosted Mini Wheats is what's in my pantry right now, but my go-to is some sort of like the Cheerio Oats Honey Crunch kind of thing. Love that.
And you can't go wrong with like just Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
I think the problem with the Frosted Flake is that the cereal itself gets really soggy really fast. So you got to be committed to some speed.
Yeah, but
when it comes to the Frosted Flake.
When the milk first goes on it, though, it's crunchy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And was he right? Jaden, are you a Reese's Puffs guy?
It's my second favorite. I'm a Cinnamon Toast Crunch kind of guy.
Come on. Obviously, who doesn't like Cinnamon Toast Crunch? It's the goat of cereals, but it's also going to give you a diabetic coma by 10 a.m.
Yeah, it's all right.
Special K, that's all you need.
Hey, man. What about the ones with the marshmallows in them, man? That's crazy. I didn't
What is
even
this?
know.
It's Tricks. Nah. That's, what is it? Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
What's that leprechaun up to, man?
Frosted Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious.
Okay, lads, we will return in a moment. 3 o'clock hour continues. Text in 50857. You can also hit us up on the iHeart Radio Talkback. I just said the 3 o'clock hour continues. No, it doesn't. We're done with that. Bianchi's stocks on the way in 60 seconds. Right now, let's get the latest and greatest from Fox Sports Radio.
it, sell it. Call it like it is. It's Bianchi Stocks.
Tell you what, I'm buying stock in right now. Mickey D's McDonald's. You can get the iconic Big Mac complete with McDonald's world-famous fries and a drink for just $8. If you're craving a classic that hits the spot without hitting your wallet, McDonald's has you covered. Get the iconic Big Mac complete with McDonald's world-famous fries and an ice-cold drink. Just $8. That's legendary flavor at an incredible price. Head to your local McDonald's, or you can order on the app today. We had some delicious McDonald's delivered to the studio right before the show. I'm feeling good and charged up. Nothing quite like a Big Mac.
I like a Big Mac, but I've always been a quarter pounder with cheese guy.
That's usually what I order, but every once in a while, you got to go spring for the Big
sauce.
Mac.
To all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. Can't beat it.
All those things, and you can get it for just $8. Yeah. It is time to open the market. Time for Bianchi Stocks. This is where Mike Bianchi acts as the seasoned stock trader that he is. One of the best in the industry. His advice:
buy Micron.
Feeds families.
Buy NVIDIA.
Let's start with Greg Olson.
Buy Lockheed Martin.
You're still on all of those? Still okay. With confidence, he says. Greg Olson, a rising star in the broadcasting industry. He is now the number 2 color guy at Fox. But the number 1 color guy at CBS is on paid leave, Tony Romo, after his DUI. Should we buy stock in Greg Olson ascending in the broadcasting arena, perhaps becoming the number 1 at CBS one day?
Well, wasn't he number 1 at Fox until the GOAT decided he wanted to be a broadcaster?
Yeah, but I think everybody agrees that Greg Olson is better at the job.
No, I'm selling. I'm selling Greg Olson. I think he's obviously good enough, but I don't think. What do you think? I don't think CBS is going to cut ties with Tony Romo because of his DUI.
So the rumor mill is that they are not overly thrilled. This is like from the Andrew Marchands of the world that cover this stuff. That CBS is not over the moon with the deal that they signed Romo to. He's the richest color commentator in football.
So they're seeing this as a way to get out of it?
Which is why he's on leave right now, because they're probably going through the legal bullet points of, can we get out of this deal? Let's use this as an opportunity to not overpay somebody that we think can be replaced.
I think Tony Romo is good.
I do too. I think he's really entertaining, but maybe they have a little bit of buyer's remorse. This is an opportunity to get out.
Maybe Jim Nantz doesn't like Romo.
Oh, that could be it as well. Right. Sophie Cunningham is shopping the idea of a tell-all book for her recent backlash and her stance against trans women playing in the WNBA. Should we buy stock in Sophie Cunningham becoming the next J.K. Rowling?
Oh, as far as what, being canceled?
Oh, as far as being, no. Was J.K. Rowling canceled?
Yeah, she was canceled at one point.
Big time? Oh, I did not know this.
Yeah.
No, I meant just as a best-selling author.
No, sell.
Wait, I need sell. What's the J.K. Rowling story? What does she do?
Because J.K., when people were getting canceled, 5-6 years ago, she came out and essentially came out with the
anti-cancel culture?
No, the anti-trans women competing in sports and, it's essentially the same. It was essentially the same thing that, most people believe, and she got canceled for it.
Well, what a pull. What an accidental pull.
She also said some racy things as well. There's a couple of racial comments in there.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what those were, but it was mainly a sexist type of thing.
Interesting.
She got canceled.
J.K. Rowling canceled. So anyway,
sell. No. Definitely sell. I don't think this is going to become a best-selling novel, but I will buy that she could become the next Riley Gaines on Fox News. Riley Gaines has sort of used the whole anti-trans take that she has, and she has legitimately, because she was the one that got beat by the male swimmer in the NCAA championships. So yeah, she could become that though.
So you don't think that Sophie Cunningham, even if for a brief period of time, would be a best-selling author with a book like this?
Oh, when you say best-selling author, I mean,
like it wouldn't go number one on the charts.
No, it wouldn't be Tim Tebow like.
All right. I looked up the J.K. Rowling story,
what did she say?
You're right.
What did she say, essentially?
The quote was, "Dress however you please, call yourself what you'd like, sleep with any consenting adult that'll have you, live your best life in peace and security, but force women out of their jobs for stating that sex is real." Basically saying that gender is a biological fact that cannot be changed.
Which it is, and she got canceled for that. And she was, well, what's the matter with that?
Yeah,
What's the matter with that statement? Yes.
That was at a time when
science.
Making statements was frowned upon.
It's not bigamy, it's biology.
The Christmas schedule has been released in the NBA, and the league missed wildly on a golden opportunity, Jaylen Brown versus Jason Tatum on Christmas. Should we sell stock in this year's Christmas schedule since they dropped the ball on the obvious matchup? The rest of the matchups, by the way, Spurs-Knicks at noon.
I don't need the rest of the matchups. Sell all NBA stock since the NFL took over Christmas. Okay, the NFL, what was it, like 3 or 4 years ago? The NFL decided they were going to start playing on Christmas.
Yeah, they said
sell your NBA stock after.
We'll have that now. Thank you.
Yes, NBA. You are now second fiddle on Christmas to the NFL. Sell.
Can I give you this is the full Christmas slate. Okay. This is Christmas, NBA and NFL included. Spurs Knicks at noon. Packers Bears at 1. Heat Celtics at 2:30. Bills Broncos at 4:30. 76ers Lakers at 5. Thunder Timberwolves at 8. Rams Seahawks at 8:15. Rounding out the night with the Nuggets and the Golden State Warriors.
That's why Stan Van Gundy once said they should not show sports on Christmas Day, because people are going to sit around and watch sports all day instead of spending time with their families like they should. Daddy, here's little Owen. Daddy, can we go play with the new model airplane I got? No, kid, I'm watching football.
We do not care.
I can't, Owen. DeAndre Swift hasn't hit his over on his rushing yards yet. Kurt Cignetti didn't just take home the 2025 Bear Bryant Coach of the Year award. He also led the Indiana Hoosiers to a national championship. Now the Miami Hurricanes are hoping for the same. Mario Cristobal is the odds-on favorite to win the Bear Bryant Coach of the Year award. Should we buy stock in the Canes head coach as the best coach in the sport for 2026? Not asking you to change... Shaden taking some editorial power here. I'm not asking you to change your rankings on where you have Mario Cristobal based on resume, but would you buy stock in him being the best coach in football?
You mean winning the award for the best coach in football, or being the best coach in football?
Winning the award. If he wins the award, then that's the same thing.
Yeah, I'll buy that. Yeah, I'll buy it. He could. Yeah, I mean, if Darian Mensah turns out, he Cam Ward, Carson Beck, if Darian Mensah's the next in line of great transfer quarterbacks for the Canes with all the other talent they have a real chance of winning the national championship. If he returns Miami to national championship glory, he'll probably win the Bear Bryant Coach of the Year award, so I think he has a real shot at it, especially in the almost competitive conference, the ACC.
The more I look at the roster that the Hurricanes have compiled and the schedule that they have, and now with expectations on top of it, if they don't run the table, I'll be disappointed.
Right.
That's where we're at with the Miami Hurricanes. The Gators released their throwbacks for the upcoming season, paying homage to the Steve Spurrier Gators of the 1960s. Should we buy stock in the swagger returning to Gainesville with those fresh threads?
Oh, that block F on the helmet. Oh, love it. Buy anything that pays homage to the 1966 Heisman Trophy winner Stephen Orr Spurrier, who went on to become a punter in the NFL. Okay. And an average backup quarterback? Absolutely. Yeah, Spurrier was awesome in college. They should pay homage to that. And I don't think it has anything to do with the uniforms. I think it has to do with not the old ball coach, but the new ball coach, John Summerall.
You know what I say, Mike? Look good, feel good, play good. Right. It'll be looking good in those kits. Last one. Since acquiring Tarek Skubal, the Dodgers are 1-7. Last night, Skubal pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs. He walked 2 batters. Should we sell stock in the LA Dodgers?
They're 1-7?
Since they traded for Skubal, they are 1-7.
Should we? Sell.
Sell. Mike, it's like you just started buying stock.
Sell for this reason. They're not just 1-7 since they got Skubal. They were struggling before they got Skubal, right?
Yep.
So they've been struggling for quite some time now. I think right when they got Skubal, they were on a 6-game losing streak, and now they're 1-7 since then. Does that mean they've? Yeah. Sell.
This is when you buy the Dodgers. Okay. This is when you buy. Now that everyone's selling, you buy. Come on, Mike.
Could be right. I may be wrong on this one.
That is Bianchi's stocks. Up next, we keep it rolling here on Game On. Big-time college hoops coming to Kia Center. We'll detail that next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Football season is right around the corner, and every Florida homeowner knows one thing. You can't win the battle against the state's scorching temperatures if your windows keep letting the heat blitz right in. If your AC is working overtime, but your home still never feels comfortable, it's probably those old builder-grade windows you have. That's why I recommend Renewal by Anderson's Acclaim Impact windows. They're made with exclusive Fibrex material that is twice as strong as traditional vinyl and engineered to stand up to Florida's relentless heat and humidity without warping or cracking. They keep unwanted heat outside so your home stays cooler, your AC doesn't have to work as hard, and your energy bills are naturally just lowered. And during the end of the summer sale, Florida homeowners can buy 4 windows or doors and receive the 5th absolutely free. Plus, special financing for 1 full year. But restrictions apply, so whether you're in Central Florida, the Gulf Coast, or in Jacksonville, visit bestwindowsflorida.com. That's bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets quality.
Will that be for a couple of teams? Right now, there are some things going on behind closed doors that we don't have full access to that are going to have a significant impact on this season, depending on how these conversations go. And what I'm talking about is the potential discipline for a handful of players that we believe will be handed down, whatever it is, by the start of the regular season. James Pierce had a disturbing domestic situation during the offseason in which he is going to be suspended. He's going to be suspended. The question is, how long? Is it 6 games? Is it longer? 8 games? 10 games? What is it going to be? A season? Don't know how that's going to come down. But James Pierce, I believe, is going to be suspended here. And it's not just James Pierce. Cases that I believe are now being reviewed include that of the Rams wide receiver, Puka Nacua, who could potentially face discipline for some of the offseason headlines that accompanied him and some of those incidents last year with another woman. What did and didn't occur, we'll leave that to the NFL to figure out what did and didn't happen. But it's possible that when the Niners and Rams play in Australia, it's within the realm of options that Puka doesn't play in that game. It's also possible your team, the Green Bay Packers, who could potentially face discipline, of the Rams wide receiver, Puka. Cases that I believe are now being reviewed include that. Cases that I believe are now being reviewed of the Rams wide receiver, Puka Nacua, who could potentially face discipline for some of the offseason headlines that accompanied him. But it's possible that when the Niners and Rams play in Australia, it's within the realm of options that Puka doesn't play in that game.
That's too bad. I'm not going to change for you. And I've always worn my emotions and my thoughts on my sleeves. Yep. If you like that, great. If you don't, that's too bad. I'm not going to change for you. And but the guys appreciate that part of it. It's like there's the business side of football. Yes, we all play this for a job, but they know that when it comes to game days, like I'm ready for a good season. Like I want my lick back in 2026. Like we didn't play well enough in 25, so it's on go. Yep. Yeah. I've always worn my emotions and my thoughts on my sleeves. Yep. If you like that, great. If you don't, that's too bad. I'm not going to change for you. And but the guy.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team, doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
College football will hijack your weekend, ruin your sleep, and break your heart. And that's why we make the Solid Verbal College Football Show. I'm Ty Hildenbrand. He's Dan Rubenstein. Every week, we preview the games that matter and the storylines that are going to ignite your group chat.
And you can join us in the aftermath as we react to what happened, why it matters, and how the sport went completely bonkers yet again.
Download the free iHeart Radio app, search for the Solid Verbal College Football Show, and listen now.
969thegame.com.
It's 4 a.m., Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. To make sure your child's in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Orlando's hometown sports station. This is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the free iHeart Radio app. Welcome back to the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Again, a special thanks to McDonald's for dropping off the Big Macs today. You can go and get yours. $8 meal for McDonald's. Fries, drink, all that. Delish. Brees Hall is staying
Is there
out
anything better than the Blizzard at McDonald's?
Yeah, the Big Mac is better. I'd rather have a burger than
Well, yeah, I would.
milkshake.
But if you're going to get a
dessert?
The
Oreo Blizzard?
I like that.
Or the McFlurry. That's what it's called.
Yeah, the McFlurry.
Yeah.
The Blizzard's the other store.
Yeah. Let's not send that to them, okay? Brees Hall. So the Jets are playing the Bucs to start the preseason this week. Brees Hall said that he's staying out of fights in joint practice, that he has a rule. He says, quote, if you're over 240, I ain't messing with you. That's his personal rule. I love that.
Wow.
College hoops taking over Kia Center. The inaugural Hall of Fame series tips off on December 12th with a huge doubleheader. The Gators take on Georgia Tech, and FAU takes on VCU. That's going to be at Kia Center. That's a pretty cool event for college basketball fans in this town to be able to check out.
The Gators are going to be here? Absolutely. Yeah.
And I like what they're doing. And this kind of goes back to a conversation that we had about NFL teams in this state. Why don't you try and gobble up as many markets, especially Orlando, as you can? They are going to play across the state, are the Gators. They're going to play in Jacksonville at the Veterans Memorial Arena. They're going to play at Benchmark International Arena in Tampa, and they're going to play at Kia Center. They're basically, starting in November, the Gators are going to take a tour of Florida.
Good for them.
Look, this is our basketball team. Wouldn't you be interested in watching our basketball team? Such an obvious move.
Well, back in the good old days, to try to build interest in basketball in the state of Florida, they had a tournament every year. It was, I don't remember exactly when it was, but they would move the tournament around. It was called the Florida Four, and it was Florida, Florida State, and this was before Miami even restarted basketball. Florida, Florida State, Jacksonville University, and then they had another one, USF, and yeah, they would have a big tournament, and it drew fans because Florida and Florida State were in it, and they were the big dogs in the state.
That'll be awesome, and we have enough basketball programs. You could throw Stetson in there now too. You have enough programs where you can make that happen.
Or if you wanted to do the Florida Four now, you would just make it the four Power Four programs.
Yeah, but I mean, you can make the tournament with more teams that actually play somewhat competitive college basketball.
Absolutely.
I love that. Love that idea. The Gators, by the way, I was looking at the odds. Whenever we're going to talk about these teams, I'm always curious where they are. The Gators right now are the odds-on favorites to win the national championship in college basketball.
Yeah. Yeah, but they returned their entire front line, which a lot of people thought all three of those players were going to, opt for the NBA, and they're all back.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Today's list is based on Drew Brees going into the Hall of Fame and the Dolphins having a chance to sign him. They didn't in 2006. And the rest, as they say, is history. The worst personnel decision in your favorite team's history. Bianchi handed out the top 5 inside the state of Florida. The Bucs giving up on Steve Young. The Dolphins rejecting Drew Brees. The Jags hiring Urban Meyer. And then 2 for the Magic, signing Grant Hill and not signing Shaquille O'Neal. Let me give you some of the worst personnel moves in the history of sports, Mike.
Okay.
The Clippers trading Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Not great.
Right.
The Dolphins signing Tua to a massive extension. I think you could probably say the same thing for Russell Wilson being signed to the Denver Broncos.
Cleveland Browns and Deshaun Watson.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
That one. That's the worst one.
Yeah.
The Pistons, if you remember their massive offseason from 2009, they signed they got 2 of the more exciting free agent options at the moment. You could argue that these were the guys that killed free agency. Ben Gordon was considered the second best free agent guard. Kobe Bryant was a free agent that year. He wound up re-signing with the Lakers. But the second best guard on the market was Ben Gordon. The second best power forward behind Carlos Boozer was a guy by the name of Charlie Villanueva. The Pistons got both of them. And they both stunk. And they were signed to a $58 million deal for Gordon, $40 million for Charlie Villanueva. That would be like the equivalent of a $100 million contract today for 2 guys that did nothing for them.
Speaking of the Pistons, I just thought of another Magic blunder. Back during the whole Grant Hill situation, the Magic had to trade. I think that Grant Hill was a sign and trade, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, the Magic had the option of sending Ben Wallace to Detroit or Bo Outlaw. And they chose to send Ben Wallace. Love Bo, but he wasn't no Ben Wallace.
No, Ben Wallace in the Ring of Honor for the Detroit Pistons. We can't mention bad personnel moves in sports history, Mike, without mentioning the Red Sox trading away Babe Ruth. And while he might be overrated, it was still a bad move. Pretty bad, especially since all they got back was a play. Pretty bad.
You know what the name of the play was?
It was something about Yannette.
No, Nanette.
No, Nanette.
Yeah. The owner wanted enough money to be able to put that play on. Yeah.
Nico Harrison trading Luka and not shopping him, one of the worst ever. Remember Albert Hainsworth signing a $100 million deal with the Washington Redskins before defensive tackles were getting $100 million, and he stunk. Wayne Gretzky was traded from the Edmonton Oilers to the LA Kings in 1988. They got 2 players back and $15 million in cash, and all the Kings got was the greatest hockey player ever.
By the way,
bad moves.
Our caveat to this, and some of our texters must not have heard it, we're not talking about like busted draft picks. Like somebody texted in the Bucks picking Bo Jackson first in the draft when he said he wouldn't play for the Bucks. Yeah, but that's a draft pick.
Right. This is non-draft related personnel decisions, coaching, free agency, trades. Up next, a Tuesday mic'd up. We've got so many clips that we're bringing it back. We want to hear from the movers and shakers. Mike McDaniel talking about Omarion Hampton that has a little bit of fantasy impact to it, and Shaquille O'Neal on LeBron James.
Magic got 5, Kobe got 5, I got 4, Rambus got 3. So, you know, he's at the party, but he's not on stage.
Mic'd Up is on the way next.
You know, most of us spend more time planning our summer vacations than we do planning for retirement. We compare hotels, map out restaurants, book excursions, every little detail. So why not put that same effort into planning the years you'll hopefully enjoy life the most? That's where Trajan Wealth comes in. I'm a Trajan Wealth client because they helped me make retirement planning simple. They took the time to explain my options. They answered every question I had and never made me feel pressured. I left knowing I had a real plan instead of just crossing my fingers. What sets Trajan apart is their family office. They coordinate your investments, tax strategy, and estate planning under one roof so everything works together instead of pulling in different directions. If you're putting as much thought into your next vacation as your retirement, maybe it's time to change that. Call Trajan Wealth today and start planning for your future with the same confidence you plan your next getaway. Trajan Wealth. Give them a call. 1-855-TRAJAN-1. 1-855-TRAJAN-1. Tell them Mike Bianchi sent you, or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule your free consultation. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Actual client, paid advertisement, additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
We are full bore into the summer, and you know what that means. Family road trips, backyard cookouts, cannonballs into the pool, and nothing ruins a good time faster than a surprise plumbing disaster. At Gomez Plumbing, their family has been keeping your family's pipes flowing smoothly for over 40 years. Whether it's a clogged drain before a big barbecue or a leaky pipe right before you're packing for vacation, they've got you covered. Don't let plumbing problems steal your summer fun. Call Gomez Plumbing and get back to making memories with your family. And guess what? They're growing as well. Gomez Plumbing is expanding, and they're hiring an experienced plumber to join their team. Competitive hourly pay, full benefits, and a company vehicle. So if you're ready to work with a trusted, family-owned company that will treat you as one of their own, call 407-322-0042 to apply today. Gomez Plumbing, your pipes, our family.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating.
Keep celebrating when you bundle and save with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Free shouldn't come with a catch. With iHeartRadio, it doesn't. No monthly fees, no trial periods. Radio, music, podcasts. Download the free iHeartRadio app now.
Step right up, America. Got equipment to sell or looking for something ready to work? PurpleWave.com. At Purple Wave Auction, it's as easy as it gets. Easy to sell, easy to buy. Construction, ag, fleet, and government equipment. All no reserve, all online. Register for free.
No reserve. Don't wait. Get swinging over to PurpleWave.com. PurpleWave.com.
If Twisted Tea was your best friend, they'd start a dance party in the supermarket that turns into a pool party at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea is smooth, refreshing, and always fun. Twisted Tea Hard-Ass Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Men, if you're relying on pills or injections for ED, you know the downsides. Planning your intimacy, side effects, and results that don't last. At the Firm Men's Clinic in Orlando, we use advanced, non-invasive acoustic wave therapy to treat the root cause. Perform naturally again. No pills, needles, or surgery. Call pound 250 on your cell phone now and say the keyword, The Firm. Men of all ages are seeing real results at the Firm Men's Clinic. Call pound 250 on your cell phone now and say the keyword, The Firm, to set up your free confidential consultation.
Now that we have AT&T Fiber Internet in our home, our connection's so fast it can handle streaming, gaming, surfing, and video conferencing for the whole family. The only downside? Our kids' friends are coming over way more often than we'd like. Hey, Jaden, Braden, Zayden, come on in, you guys. Luke, what's up, buddy? How's baseball going? I've got the game streaming in the den. Maybe you can pick up some pointers before we take on Kennedy next week. Ashley A, Ashley D, Ashley P, is this for a group project again? Because last time it looked a lot like high-speed reality TV research. Hey, Kristen! You got the ring light and the tripod this time. Don't forget to tag the house with the fastest internet. Honey, it's going to be another late one. We're going to need more snacks.
Tell all your neighbors, AT&T Fiber has arrived. Hyper-fast internet is now available in your neighborhood. Learn more at att.com/internet. Limited availability in select areas.
This summer, the Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich and Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Let me tell you about the Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite. It's bright, it's bubbly, it's back.
The Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich, it's so rich, and you can choose between the original or the spicy filet.
Ooh, boy.
And then you got those pickled jalapenos tucked right under the filet, and then just to top it all off, you've got a little honey drizzle right on top.
Okay, now I'm a pimento fan.
And I'm feeling the dragon fruit.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
It's your captain speaking. To the passenger with the Mirror Fast soft chews, smart move.
No way am I letting travel constipation ruin this trip.
Can't blame you. Mirror Fast works fast, but without the harsh side effects.
Since I'm such a smart traveler, can I move to first class?
No. Close the curtain, girl.
From the makers of Miralax, new Mirafast soft chews work naturally with your body in as little as 30 minutes to give you a comfortable go on the go. Find Mirafast today at your local retailer. Use as directed for occasional constipation. Contains magnesium hydroxide.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, the late great historian Stephen Ambrose tells the tale of a single consequential year in American history. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Christmas Day is going to be another sports feast this year. 5 NBA games, including a finals rematch between the Knicks and Spurs, and LeBron returning to Los Angeles with his Sixers to meet the Lakers. There are also 3 NFL games on Christmas. New York Jets quarterback Quantez Stiggers went to the sideline at practice today and collapsed. Coach Aaron Glenn says he was taken to the hospital. He is expected to be okay. I'm Frank Aaron.
This is NFL quarterback Rodney Peete, and here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Lowe's.
Now at Lowe's, faster quotes start at the Lowe's Pro Desk. Got a material list written on a sticky note or saved on a photo? Perfect. Bring it in and get a quote in minutes. Plus, access thousands of products beyond what's in store or on Lowe's.com. Right from the Lowe's Pro Desk.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
In sports, you don't win championships with amateurs. So why would you trust your family's safety to a do-it-yourself security app? That's exactly why I went with Burton Smart Home and Security Systems. They didn't just sell me a system. They came out, evaluated my home, and custom designed a setup built specifically for me. We're talking encrypted HD cameras, smart locks, motion sensors, door sensors, and full monitoring, all connected in one easy-to-use system. Burton is locally owned, and they've been protecting Central Florida families for over 25 years. No call centers, no guessing, just experienced local pros who know exactly what your home needs. And right now, you can get a free doorbell camera with their video package. Perfect for stopping those porch pirates. Call 407-349-4040 or visit bhssecurity.com and tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you. License number EF200001584. Don't put your family's safety in the hands of an amateur. Let the pros at Burton protect your home field.
The UCF Knights play here. Catch every game right here on 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeart Radio app. Coaches, players, GMs, everyone's got an opinion these days. Let's hear from the biggest names in the game. It's time for Mic'd Up.
Mic'd Up brought to you by Adventure Boat Share. Unlimited hassle-free boating, and you don't even have to own a boat. 1 monthly fee is all it takes, and you can go boating anytime you want and pick out any kind of boat you want. They have a fleet of boats, fishing boats, pontoon boats, ski boats, anything you want. Check them out, adventureboatshare.com. That's adventureboatshare.com. Tell them the Bulldog, sent you. All right, let's start with new Dolphins head coach Jeff Hafley, talking about his emotions going into his first season as a head coach in the National Football League.
Probably it would be a special moment. Obviously one that I worked very hard for, and probably very humbling. I don't really think of myself often as the head coach. I just kind of go about my day and take a step back and think about all the people who helped me get there and all the hard work. It will probably be a pretty emotional first moment until the ball's kicked off, and then I'll get back into coaching mode. But humbling, grateful to everybody who've helped, and I'm looking forward to it.
Kravitz, it'll probably be like the first time you ever hosted a radio show on your own.
I'll never forget it.
Huh?
I will never forget it. I was sitting in this chair. You were gone. It was open mic. I was so enthused and nervous. I didn't sleep. I drank coffee through the night. I did so much prep. I walked in here at 6 o'clock in the morning and opened that show. My hand shaking. I don't know if it was from the nerves, the lack of sleep, or being over-caffeinated, but I was charged up on zero sleep, had the time of my life. And when you really love something and care about something and you want to be great at something and you achieve what is a benchmark on your ultimate goal, there really is nothing like it. And for a head coach in the NFL, to think about where anybody in the coaching profession starts and then to end up walking through the tunnel with an NFL team, I don't care if it's the Dolphins, the Browns, the Patriots, whoever it is, that's an incredible accomplishment.
Old Dolphins head coach, new Chargers offensive coordinator Mike McDaniel was asked a question the other day that Coach McDaniel saw right through. Listen.
A guy who could be like a workhorse. This feels super fantasy motivated. Okay, so there's good news and bad news, fantasy owners. Okay, good news is I see all three of those guys producing at a very high level. The bad news is I can't tell you which games those are. I think there's going to be opportunities for him to have a ton of touches. Specifically, I'll use all three of those guys probably every game. The relative ratio that will be based on opponent and what we're asking the guys to do.
What was he asked there?
He was asked what Omarion Hampton's touches are going to be. And the sounds that you heard was because the video is edited for social media. That's what that was. There weren't bombs going off at practice for the Chargers. But Mike McDaniel straight up called the guy out. It is interesting that you do have some fantasy guys that go into these camps and they'll take the tour. I know Jamie Eisenberg does it, his partner Dave Richard. They go around the country, and of course they're going to ask fantasy motivated questions. The beat writers know that a lot of the folks that are following their content, especially in early to mid-August, they care about fantasy football and they want the clicks and all of that. To hear a coach call out a reporter for a very fantasy related question, it's interesting to hear the worlds collide like that.
But the NFL knows how important fantasy is to its popularity, no question about it.
And it's not Mike McDaniel knows it's not his job to care about where you draft Omarion Hampton.
Bizarre play in Major League Baseball last night that I don't quite comprehend, all right, but umpiring crew chief Chris Gucciani was trying to explain it last night how Anthony Siegler of the I believe was it the Red Sox? Yeah, Anthony Siegler of the Red Sox scored from third base on a sac fly without ever tagging up. Listen to him trying to explain it to the crowd.
All of you at home.
Okay, so what we have here is we have a time play, meaning when the third out was made at first base with the runner not tagging up. The runner that was on third base also did not tag, but crossed home plate before the third out was made at first base. So that is a time play. We are going to New York to do a rules check.
But he said he didn't tag up.
He didn't tag up.
If he didn't tag up, if he left before the ball is caught, he can't score.
No.
Maybe he misspoke.
Kravitz? You want to translate that?
I would love to attempt to. I've been trying to understand this since this morning. I'm not sure I totally do. I'm not sure the umpire who works for Major League Baseball fully understands this. On any fly out, if you're going to advance your bag, you have to tag up. Means you have to touch the base first before the ball is caught. That did not happen. The runner that was on third base was already kind of halfway to home plate. Then the ball was caught. It was not a third out, which means that center fielder could have thrown the ball to third base. Third baseman gets the ball, and boom, that player is out. But they called the inning. And so that runner.
Okay, Kravitz.
Hold on.
No.
This is. Let me explain this differently. This is Rule 509, Section C4 in the baseball rule book. Appeals plays may require an umpire to recognize an apparent fourth out if the third out is made during a play in which an appeal play is sustained on another runner. The appeal play decision takes precedence in determining the out. This continues, by the way. This is all from the actual rule book. If it's this complicated, folks, we have lost the plot.
Right. All right, I don't know where Scottie Pippen was when he was asked this question. He was
I'm going to guess the bar.
He was on some podcast, but here's Scottie Pippen comparing himself to LeBron James.
Would you put yourself ahead of LeBron?
As a team standpoint.
Would you put yourself ahead of LeBron as a team standpoint?
My success as a team is more successful than LeBron. I got 6 rings.
Okay, so then if I talk to an NBA owner, by the way, this is very helpful because realize this is very helpful because for me as a fan, I've followed this. So if I speak from an NBA standpoint, owner, and I want to find an all-around player to be my number one, you think the average owner is going to pick you or LeBron?
I don't know.
Got it. Okay, so that.
You want individual accolades or you want championships? Because I didn't chase mine.
Okay.
Oh, God. First of all, Scottie Pippen, you didn't chase yours because you were riding Michael Jordan's coattails to yours. LeBron got his as the main guy. Good. That's ridiculous. Scottie Pippen comparing himself to LeBron freaking James?
He is so delusional. And Scottie is one of the top 50 players in NBA history.
If you want to say that.
I think he is.
I don't.
Those Bulls teams, as great as Michael Jordan was, they're not one of the greatest teams in the history of the NBA. You could argue that they are the greatest team in the history of the NBA. You don't become that because you have one all-time great player. You have to have great players, plural, and the second best player on the team was Scottie Pippen on one of the best teams in the history of the league. I am not going to diminish the legacy of Scottie Pippen.
I'm saying you could have got another player in the league who was a good number 2, like Scottie Pippen was, and plugged him in there with Michael Jordan, and that team would have won 6 championships.
I'm not sure about that. They were such a perfect pairing, and Scottie Pippen was a lockdown defender. Was a really I don't know. We don't know the answer to that, and I think Scottie Pippen was just the perfect Robin to Michael Jordan's Batman. But that's me properly rating Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen is clearly overrating himself. If I could go back in time and you said, okay, you're the GM of the Bulls, LeBron James is available in his prime, who do you take? I would say, bye, Scottie.
Right.
Michael Jordan will play with LeBron now.
Right.
Thank you.
All right, that is mic'd up.
Oh my gosh. Coming up next, more info on how you can join our Gameheads Fantasy Draft at Tuffy's in Sanford coming up on August 27th. Talkbacks, texts on the way after this.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
While I might not understand what happened in the Red Sox-Blue Jays game last night, one thing I do understand is that you can bet baseball this time of year. It's not the slow period, folks, until football season starts. It's baseball season over on Hard Rock Bet, and they are offering the best odds yet. More on that in a moment. Let's talk about tonight. 1 game, 1 total, 1 bet. I'm on the under, 7.5 for Phillies Cardinals. We got wind blowing in. Christopher Sanchez on the hill. That is the value that I am after, and you can get it at plus 105 odds. Back to that. Hard Rock Bet, hottest betting odds in Florida right now, introducing their 10-cent summer sale, which basically means that they're cutting their cut on winners. We're talking about shorter lines. Whether you're on the over or the under, you're going to pay a better price than you otherwise would. That's the same bet with better odds. Swing for the fences all August long with the 10-cent summer sale only on Hard Rock Bet and roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida, must be valid for money line, spread, over-under pregame markets with odds between minus 250 and plus 250 only. 21 plus, physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you're concerned about your gambling, call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
There's a crash off to the shoulder, 408 westbound near Hiawassee, causing stop and go. An accident on Colonial eastbound at McGuire Road. That's blocking the right lane there. Afternoon slowdowns are starting to form on the major roadways. Expect to get caught up in some slowdowns this afternoon. School's back in session, so the roadways are going to be a little bit busier than normal. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the traffic center, I'm James Birmingham.
Guys, let's be honest. When your energy drops, your focus fades, and your performance slips, it doesn't just affect one part of your life. It hits everything. Your workouts, your work, your confidence, and yes, your relationship. That's why I trust Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. This isn't a pill mill or a testosterone drive-thru. It's a full-service medical practice helping men optimize everything. Hormones, blood flow, recovery, sexual performance, even weight loss. Dr. John Carrazella, a Yale-trained expert with decades of medical experience, leads the team. They'll find what's off, fix it safely, and get you performing at your best again. In the gym, at work, and yes, in the bedroom. Mention my name and get $50 off a new patient consultation or 10% off any service or product. It's time to reclaim your strength and confidence and get your edge back. Visit hormonesandwellness.com/bulldog and tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you. That's hormonesandwellness.com/bulldog.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll share the story of the eccentric inventor who changed how Americans ate, Clarence Birdseye. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, this is Mike Lester with Talon Wealth and the Guarding Your Nest Egg radio show, and I have another investment idea for those seeking great returns with limited risk. Recently, we did a structured note for our clients, paying them 18.75% per year for 4 years, and it was great for clients seeking income or growth and principal protection. The note was based on the S&P, gold, and silver, and our clients won't lose principal as long as none of the ETFs are down more than 40% 4 years from when we placed the trade, and the bank guaranteeing them doesn't default. This isn't an offer because we already traded this note, and structured notes aren't for everyone. But if you would like to know more about how structured notes work and what we currently have available, just give us a call at 407-606-6000.
Advisory services offered through Talent Private Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. The opinions voiced and information provided in this material are for general informational purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual.
Imagine this, you and your love hand in hand watching the sunset from a tropical balcony or dancing under the stars on a luxury cruise. That's the magic waiting for you this summer at International Diamond Center. It's the Summer of Romance event, now for a limited time. Make any jewelry purchase over $3,500 and pack your bags for a free romantic getaway on us. Buy that perfect engagement ring or anniversary gift and let IDC buy the honeymoon or escape you'll never forget. Here's how it works. Spend $3,500 and get a 3-day, 2-night romantic hotel getaway plus a $100 Visa card and choose from over 15 dreamy sites. Spend $5,000 on her jewelry and sail away on a 3 or 4 night luxury cruise for 2, or choose a 7-night condo resort stay. Go all in at $10,000 and enjoy a 5-day, 4-night stay at an upscale tropical all-inclusive resort in one of 4 breathtaking countries. At IDC, you buy the jewelry, we give you the getaway. Hurry, this limited time offer won't last. Get all the details and restrictions at shopidc.com. International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennium.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Some apps say they're free, then come the fees. Not the iHeart app. It's 100% free. No required subscriptions to access the best live radio stations, free playlists, podcasts, and more. Download the free iHeart app today.
iHeartRadio.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
This is the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi. You know what? Sometimes the best vacation is the one that doesn't require an airport, security lines, or a 5-hour drive. Just head to Mission Resort and Club in beautiful Howey in the Hills, just a short drive from Orlando, right there next to Claremont. Whether you're planning a romantic weekend, a family staycation, or a golf trip with your buddies, Mission Resort checks every box. Play 2 incredible championship golf courses, including the legendary El Campeon, the Champion, one of Florida's true bucket list layouts. When you check in at the pro shop, tell them the Bulldog sent you, and they'll hook you up with a free bucket of range balls. Then enjoy the spa, the marina, pickleball, great restaurants, and one of the best champagne brunches anywhere. For hotel reservations, brunch, and tea times, visit missionresortandclub.com. That's missionresortandclub.com. Mission Resort and Club, where your vacation starts before the gas tank gets to half full.
President Trump is slamming Michigan's Democratic nominee for U.S. Senate. In a speech in Las Vegas Wednesday, Trump claimed Abdul El-Sayed hates Jewish people and hates Israel.
Abdul El-Sayed, lovely gentleman. He's a man of hate. And now he's going around saying, no, I love everybody. He doesn't love everybody.
He went on to predict that El-Sayed will lose the November election. The progressive Democrat defeated establishment-backed Congresswoman Haley Stevens in Tuesday's closely watched contest. In the midterms, El-Sayed will face Republican Mike Rogers, who has Trump's backing. Primary contests are being held in Tennessee on Thursday. The main event is the Republican primary for governor, where Senator Marsha Blackburn, Congressman John Rose, and State Representative Monty Fritz are running to replace term-limited Republican Governor Bill Lee. And Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche won't have Republican Senator Susan Collins vote when his nomination heads to the Senate floor. She says she reviewed his qualifications and concluded his actions have further eroded the Justice Department's independence. That's politics. I'm Mark Mayfield.
WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
This is Anthony Black with the Orlando Magic, and you're locked into Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Our fantasy football draft with the game heads, 2 leagues, both 14-teamers, going to be taking place on August 27th at 6:30 p.m. Tuffy's Music Box in downtown Sanford is the location. I got confirmation today that former co-host of mine in the afternoon, Tyler Caron, will be in the league again as well. So in the Bianchi League, it'll be Bianchi. That was very loud. Jaden Grimes, Tyler Caron.
Apologies.
And our commish, Gabe Lima, as well. So if you want to be in the league, I took a bunch of sign-ups on the Facebook group page this morning. So we're at about 20. We have 28 slots to fill.
Maybe we should get all of our former co-hosts. You know, you can get Tazi involved.
But I want people that are there. Tazi is right now, I think he's driving for Uber in New Jersey, so I don't think he's going to make it.
I could get Fritzy.
Get Diddy.
Yeah, get them all.
Austin Pastolka.
Get Doc. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I was going to tell you that you could sign up, but we're just going to add all of our former coworkers. Let's go to the talk back and hear from Thomas.
When I think about the worst signings my teams have ever made, you know, I have a lot to pick from. I could choose Albert Haynesworth on the Redskins or the Red Sox trading Mookie Betts away. But without a doubt, what takes a cake for me is our Orlando Magic signing Contavious Caldwell-Pope. What an absolute bum that guy is.
That did not work out for the Magic. He did help out defensively. At least he wasn't like a total loss, but he wasn't worth the contract.
I remember the first day they had a big interview with him. KCP, you know, that's what they call him. So I was going, Contavious Championship Pope.
Oh my. Yeah, that does sound like something you would say. Nobody overrates a new addition quite like Mike Bianchi. Still to come, Bet It or Forget It, plus our top story of the day, but in 60 seconds, a check-in on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Greg Auman from Fox Sports. Right now, let's kick it over to FSR for the latest and greatest.